I am finally here with some problems going on with the internet, but I'm here now. Oh, I got my oil on, honey. I'm shining, looking healthy. This is the Mama B Experience. Welcome to my live show where I'm talking about my regrets from moving to Atlanta. Y'all come on in this living room and talk to Mama B. Come on in the room and talk to me about why I regret moving to Atlanta. Now, I ain't no punk, I ain't no sucker, you know. I'm a grown woman. Nobody forced me to come out here, but I did come out here to handle some business. Well, dealing with narcissistic people, when you're no longer the shiny trinket, they move on. So I am in Atlanta as a result of no longer being the shiny trinket, and it's time to move on. And instead of complaining and being woeful and all of that, and like, oh my God, no, I'm just gonna suck it up and do what I have to do. Period. You know, people will always be people. People will always do what people do. They will always look out for themselves first. That's just human nature. It's a very rare person that will say, you know what, I made this commitment and I'm going to stick to it. One of the reasons I regret living in Atlanta, like I said in my other videos, one is what I'm dealing with now is the healthcare. Dealing with trying to get my knee fixed, it is just mind-boggling. I had a Baker cyst on the back of my knee, honey, and let me tell you, they don't care about none of that in the South. They just don't care about it. That nothing is an emergency. Everything has to wait. If you don't have big funds for it, then, hey, Atlanta's not the place for you. The infrastructure and medical really, really sucks. This is the Mama B Experience. If you're just joining this live or a recording, make sure to hit the like for me, please, and let the algorithm know that I'm being consistent. And that's another reason I'm going live, is to keep me motivated to not be focused on being here in Atlanta. I'm in culture shock. I'm originally from California, and I moved from California to Texas for 3 years. And then while in Texas, I'm speaking with people. They say, move out to Atlanta. Come on, we got business for you. And mind you, I have been coming back and forth to Atlanta for like the last 10 years, performing as the Mama B Experience, getting my, popularity up or whatever. And then things didn't work out in Texas like I had planned, so I came on another adventure to Atlanta. And when I got here, it was just one headache after another, one issue after another. And I should have known then that those were red flags for me not to be here. I had dealt with some homeless issues. Child, let me tell you about this homeless issue now, okay? When I first got out here, I was living in a, what you call a pad split. That's when you rent a room of a house with different people, so you have your own room. So say it's like a 4 or 5 bedroom house, and you pay $150. So, or depending on what kind of room you have, the lowest I think is like $150 or so. You check your budget or whatever, and you look on the Pad Split website, and you find rentals that you can afford. Then you rent. So I was doing that. Okay, had some problem at the Pad Split. The lady that was staying in there, she wasn't even supposed to be in the Pad Split. Okay, she had some problems. They were evicting her, but she was running around with her mental illness like she was on the place. So me and her got into it. So I had made arrangements to, move out of the Pad Split and stay somewhere else. So as I was staying there, that was a worse situation because it just was horrible. It was a trap house to me, and I stayed there for a minute. And then the person that I was staying there with, I kind of got into it with everybody in the house because they was just ghetto, living their best life, stealing, all the things that you could fight, and just all kind of just crazy malarkey. And I wasn't for that, so I had left and was staying in a little motel. Okay. Long story short, I had ran out of money, and I was trying to do everything I could not to go back to that trap house because it was just toxic. I was getting sick. I had all kind of issues. I had got hurt on my job and I wasn't able to work, so it had made it like really, really bad. So I'm really thankful that I got my place that I am now. But I can tell you all those stories about how who did what to me. But the bottom line is you have to have resilience. I thank goodness for my resilience because nobody was there. Nobody cared. It's like people wait for you to fail. People wait for you to fall. People wait for you to depend on them. And if you don't know how to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and get yourself out of some situations, you'll be one of those statistics. You'll be one of those people that they read about in the newspapers and all of that. And I just refuse to do that. So I went into a depression. I did. I wasn't, people can say all what they want to say. They can say, oh, don't trip off of it, do it moving, don't let them people bother you, or anything like that. And it's, I don't. It's true, I don't. All of that I had. But the reason I came out here, nothing happened for it. It's just like the reason I was in Texas. I went to Texas for a particular reason. And anybody watching this, if you want to know deeper into the story, hit the comments so the next time I go live, I'll tell it. So I'm out here. The reason I'm out here didn't pan out. So now I'm having to figure out, okay, now what? Now what do I do? So I'm already in film school. So I do have my schooling. I do have that. But the reason I came out here was to build up my production company, which is Mama B Productions. I do video editing and content creation, social media management, and digital marketing. Now, I came out here to do, like I said, business with some people. And when I got out here, it was none of that. It was the land of scammers. Now, things have changed. Ideas have changed. Attitudes have changed. People have changed. So I just said, forget it. I got ghosted. I feel it was a lame reason why, but you can't make anybody mess with you regardless how long you know them or how close you are, any of that. So if people decide they don't want to be bothered with you no more, you have to decide, okay, on with the next. I'm glad I'm very resilient. I'm glad that I have the ability to pick myself up by the bootstraps and move on and don't trip off stuff, because like I said, I went into a depression because this was like a waste of time. All the things that I went through trying to get out of my homeless situation, dealing with no support, having no rides, having to catch the bus, dealing with people attitudes who said they were going to help you, but now they don't want to help you. Dealing with all of those dynamics. You hear now, so you can't cry over spilled milk, but yeah, it's depressing. It sent me into a depression that I'm just getting out of, and I'm using my social media, hence YouTube, to get me up, keep me accountable, at least get me out of that funk. Okay, I gotta get up. I know I have to do these lives, even though nobody's watching them, just me. I look forward to, okay, I know I have something to do on Wednesday, and it's keeping me active and accountable. And I'm going to get back off into my content creation, my sketch comedy, and all the things that I was doing before I left Texas, when I was really building my YouTube channel. I was doing very well. And I stopped to come to Atlanta. And I said, okay, once I get my little studio together, once I get my, house and stuff, yeah, this is not the backdrop I want. I want my honeycomb hideout. I have plans for, come on, sit in Mama B living room and we gonna talk about it. Anything y'all want to talk about first, because honey, I have lived a very colorful life, let me tell you. So I am not judgmental. I understand. And if you like me from California and moved to Atlanta and now you feeling regretful for moving to Atlanta, it's rough. We're not gonna talk about the pollen. When I was coming to visit Atlanta, there was no pollen. I was never here during pollen season. No one ever said anything about, well, if you move here, it's pollen season, or we got all these trees. No one said anything. Just, girl, yeah, move here, move here. It's a part of the con, it's part of the scam. They juice you up so they can suck anything they can out of you. And then once they decide they can't suck anything out of you anymore, then you're just discarded like trash, like a used tampon, excuse my French. But that's how I felt. Just fake, phony, tell you whatever to get you to do what you need to do for them. And then when you say something, if you dare say something and speak up for yourself, oh, you tripping. Excuse me. That's the allergy season. I'm so nasally, it gets in your throat. You can't have your doors and your windows open. It's horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And I don't know if I'm staying here. I don't know. I said that I was going to finish my education first and then decide. But I don't want to do an emotional upheaval because it's emotional moving, especially from a whole nother state. Let me tell you, I moved to Atlanta on Greyhound because I had all my things from my apartment. I sold what I could, sold my car, sold all my furnishings, then put stuff in storage thinking that I was going to be able to get my things out of storage into Atlanta. The gal that said that she was going to help me get my stuff out, it was my daughter's friend. My daughter and the girl gets into it, so now I don't have a way to move my stuff from Texas to Atlanta. And in the course of me trying to pay for hotel rooms, not to be homeless, I end up losing my storage. That's another depressive thing. All my stuff. I brought a lot of stuff with me on Greyhound, but a lot of stuff I had in storage that I had to replace all over again. So I'm on Greyhound coming out here, a 3-day trip. The bus breaks down. Where was I? In Montgomery, Alabama. The bus breaks down, okay? The bus breaks down. Let me sit up for this. My light is tripping. The bus breaks down. So we're all complaining. I'm being very vocal about, it's hot. It's 100 and something degrees. There's no air conditioning on the bus. There's no water on the bus. So I'm complaining. So we're in the middle of nowhere. We're on the freeway. We're trying to get to the Greyhound station in Montgomery, Alabama. We're not in Montgomery yet, but we're like on the freeway to there. A couple of guys got off the bus, walked to the gas station that was a couple of miles, got some water, and came back. A couple of people called Uber and got off the bus. We're trapped in 100 and something degree heat. I should have known then. I should have turned around and went home. I should have known then that I shouldn't have came to Atlanta when I went through all that crap on that bus coming to here. There was no sympathy when I called the people that I was coming to come see. They didn't even have no sympathy to go talk about, what you do. I'm like, what I do? Talk about, we know your mouth. I am very vocal. I am a justice fighter. I didn't say nothing that anybody else said, but because I called the bus company, she was mad at me. So when we get to Montgomery, Alabama, the lady put me up, and a couple of other ladies who were very vocal. We were getting together, getting each other's phone numbers, saying we wasn't going to let this go. We were going to fight this. No, we were not going to let this go. So when we get to Montgomery, Alabama, she put us off the bus. It was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Another bus wasn't coming to the next day, the next evening. Luckily, the security at the bus company in Montgomery, Alabama, at the Greyhound station, were so nice. They let us wait inside the security station. They let us put our stuff inside the security station. They made sure we got something to eat. They watched us. They walked with us as we walked around the corner to the little restaurant, because there was nothing in the Greyhound station but vending machines. Okay, and then the next day, one of the security guards, when he was off work, took us all out to the Waffle House and was saying he was sorry, he was apologizing. That driver had did that before, and because Greyhound didn't have drivers, they were low on drivers, which they made an announcement on the bus as we waited for 18 hours. 18 hours we were stuck on the side of the road. I should have known then that I wasn't supposed to come to Atlanta. I should have known, but nope. I was determined I was going to go. The devil wasn't going to stop me. I didn't take it as a sign of I wasn't supposed to come to Atlanta. I took it as a sign of somebody trying to stop me. I'm going. But no, once I got here, I was like, that's what that warning was. That's what that was. Just nothing worked. Nothing worked right. Everything was just, I had no support. The whole move here, I had no support, even from the people who asked me to move here. And I was like, but it's not like I just decided one day, oh, I'm moving to Atlanta. No, I said, I'm going because I had conversations with people about it. Then when I get here, it's like, we didn't have conversation about it. So anyway, that bus trip was horrible, horrifying. I finally get to Atlanta. I finally get here. I get in my pad split, and like I said, that didn't even work out because the lady that was staying there and one of the guys that were staying there were giving me such a hard time. They were giving everybody a hard time, but I'm just not the one that could handle it. So I left. I moved out. Again, speaking with someone, making me believe that it was good, that it was cool, come on over here. And then when I get there, I get treated like a stepchild. So, long story short, I'm in my house. I finally get to my townhouse. I'm finally here. And now I'm dealing with the aftermath and the after effect that Atlanta was basically a wasted trip. What I did learn here is resilience. I learned to be tougher. I learned to be thicker. I learned more emotional intelligence. I learned to be grown up. I learned not to debate and argue with people. If that's your truth and it's not my truth, I don't have to argue with you. I'm not, I've been through too much. I'm not about to debate with you about my truth. And there's been a lot of untruth that's been told and spoken about things I've done or said, and I don't agree with it. So sometimes it's just to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. One thing I did was I took on the responsibility of fostering a dog. I'm trying to give back to the community, help someone out. Ran across a girl who needed some help with foster caring a dog. So that's one of the things that I do to counterbalance the regrets I have with moving to Atlanta. And that is the basis of these going lives, is to have an outlet to do something with this regret of moving to Atlanta. Atlanta was the shiznit in the 90s during the Freaknik. Yes, it was. When I was coming here to perform, and when I was coming here as a performer, yes, I was having fun. It's different than living here. It's very different than living here. It's one of those dog-eat-dog, everybody out for themselves, the land of the scammers, the land of the fake, the land of the you better know how to do it yourself. This is the Mama B experience. Welcome to my channel. And it has encouraged me, my regrets for moving to Atlanta, to write a poem It's called Conflict, and I'm going to drop that on Sunday. My channel, the life-changing poems for hard times, are just what that means. Life-changing poems for hard times are things that I write to get me through hard times, like this one. Like I wrote, Snitches Get Stitches, Voice is My Witness. I remember back in the days of old, when players didn't snitch and gangsters kept their mouth closed. Nowadays, snitches talk too much. They never shut up. Snitches try to make your life worse than bad luck. A bitch snitch, now I got a $20,000 bill, mad as hell, burning up in the Santa Rita jail. Blame it on my ADD, fuck it, I have to sell. No money on my books, so this plan I had to cook. G to wifey, now my commissary is off the hook. Got my business up in court, snitch shit, I got the sort. Barking bitches, whack a ton, looking like a fucking dork. Misdemeanor, slap that wrist, party time, pop that court. You're snitching just for viral. Your life, cause it's in a downward spiral. Tighten up, you got mama messed up, boom. Meeting in the ladies' room, snitches sit down. I wrote that when somebody snitched on me and I ended up having to go to jail because I'm not a snitch, but they was a snitch. And that's one of the things that, one of the lessons I learned in life too, I carried over, and that's what got me through my woeful regret of coming to Atlanta. Oh, I'm a tough old bird, and this is not my first time of people burning me, dogging me, making me take the short end of the stick, blaming me for some things that's not my fault, trying to use me for my skills, and then once that skill is over, they gone. I don't see them no more. Or they want me, they start some kind of conflict with me. When I'm of no longer value, it's arguing, there's a conflict, it's a problem. So I feel that it's my time to just, it's meant for me to flow solo. It's not meant for me to be in a team. It's not meant for me to be part of a group, because when people decide that they don't want you around anymore or whatever their reason is, you're always going to be the bad guy. So instead of trying to figure out what you did wrong, just pick up the pieces of your life and move forward. And that's the best you can do. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm having a good time doing it. I'm having a wonderful time with some wonderful discoveries with my new dog that I'm fostering, Miss Luna. And getting to know Atlanta, getting to try to find some of the beauty in it. Like I went to go visit the Martin Luther King house. I tried to go to 5 Points, honey, and go shopping down there because I heard there was some, no, it's not. It's like Lenox Mall. You don't go down there either. Ain't nothing down there but dope fiends and robbers. But they did close 5 Points down for renovation, so you won't be able to go to 5 Points. So until I get this all straightened out, I'm going to cut this live right now because my lighting going in and out. I don't know what's going on. I do have lights on, but until I get some more professional lighting, I'm going to cut this live right here. This is the Mama B experience. This is my live vent about why I regret moving to Atlanta. I have to go back to the hospital because everything I went through with the Baker system, everything that they did to fix it came right back. I was supposed to go to physical therapy on April 3rd, but I don't know. We're going to have to follow me on that, but I'm going to have to take the cameras along. We have to go live. I think I'm going to take the cameras along when I go on this journey, and y'all have to come with me while I get this Baker cyst and see what's going on. And another reason why I regret moving to Atlanta. I've seen a couple of people come in. Hey, this is the Mama B experience. Welcome to my channel. And I'm just venting about why I regret moving to Atlanta. I can go back to California, honey, because you know what they say, you can do bad all by yourself. Baby, let me tell you, honey, the people out here is so fake, phony, and full of it, baby. I just got to stay in the house and do my content creation and finish my YouTube channel. Baby, let me tell you, they tried to break me down and tried to stop me, but honey, I am going. I ain't giving up. I'm keeping it going. I'm not giving up the fight. I'm gonna keep doing what Mama B do, and it don't matter. You can go do that over there. Let somebody else do it, cause I don't want to do it no more. I don't know if it's me. I'm trying to figure it out. I just be me. I don't have an ill bone in my body. I don't have a mean bone in my body. I don't have a I wanna forget you. I'm gonna do what I wanna do, and I'm gonna go behind your back and work with these people and fuck you. That's not who I am. I'm not that type of person. I don't try to hurt people or set people up, but that's the attitude here in Atlanta. That's what people feel that you do here in Atlanta. And it's just a thing about scammers, period, because I notice a lot of people online talk about the same things over and over, the same people over and over, wanting cash apps and send me cash app. I don't know. No, I'm not doing that. My thing is to get monetized the correct way and have my YouTube monetize me. Keep doing the same things I was doing before I came to raggedy ass Atlanta with their pollen and their bad infrastructure and their bad drivers and their scamming ass people. I just have to take a break right quick because I'm really in shock. I really was in a real depression because I'm like, I can't believe that people would put that out on me that I'm doing some underhand, backwards hook up. That's not who I am. But that's how people in Atlanta think. They think that everybody out to get them. They think everybody's out to work them. They think everybody is out to try to get them, but they be the ones that suck you up and use you for all your talents, and then you just have the right, frame of mind that let's work in a team, let's help the team out, and then the minute you stop or the minute you decide to just get some money in your pocket because you're not getting paid, now all of a sudden you the bad guy and you against the team and you not trying to, you doing this and you doing that, and that's not even who I am. But that's how people in Atlanta think about you. That's what they think. The minute that they can't suck you for something, they think that they make you out to be the bad guy when it's not even you. It's them. But I don't argue anymore. I don't debate. I don't argue. I just be like, okay, if that's how you feel, and move on to the next because I know who I am. I'm very confident, but I'm having a very hard time working within a team of people who value me. And I just don't want to do it anymore. No matter what you do or how much you give or how much you try to help or how much you try to be that person, it's never good enough when people don't want you anyway. They just want to suck you dry. And if you're not doing exactly what they want, then you're the bad guy. And so I refuse to be subjected to that anymore, to be with that type of energy. So the people in Atlanta, you have to be resilient. You have to fight for yourself from everything, from the healthcare to the buses to everything. Everybody walking around with this messed up attitude, like you just out to get them and you did something to them. When that's not even the case. That's not even the case. You know what I'm saying? So I be trying to be like, I don't want to develop that attitude from being in Atlanta, but I found myself being more angry. I found myself having more of the attitude. I find myself, acting like them, and that's not who I am. I don't want to act like them. But it be so hard because I don't know if it's like the attitude. I don't know if it's like the culture. Is it country? Is it illiterate? Is it intelligence? I don't know what it is, but it's just like I'm in culture shock. I'm like, let me stay in the house. Even if you try to take the bass out of your voice and use the inflection and use business talk, it still don't matter. It still don't matter. But I should have known on that bus ride here that some energy was telling me not to come to Atlanta. I shouldn't have came here. But I I felt that, nah, it's the devil, it's the devil. He trying to stop me from doing what I need to do. No, it wasn't that. The red flags I didn't see. I was overlooking because I didn't want to be the person like, oh, I'm tripping. It's me. Never doubt yourself. Never doubt who you are. Never doubt your values, your morals. You know you're supposed to walk away a long time ago, but you don't. You stay because you're trying to show people that you're being loyal. But they're not loyal to you. And then you find out the hard way that folks is not loyal. Once they suck you out of what they sucking you out of, that's it. You're no longer of value. So to live in Atlanta, Georgia, 3 things you have to be. You got to be thick-skinned. That means having emotional intelligence, because everything is not about you sometimes. Sometimes it's about the culture of the people, the culture of the city. That's just how they are. That's just how they talk. You know, that's what you hear. So you have to be really tough. You got to be resilient when you come to Atlanta. 2, stay out the clubs. Stay out the clubs, the club scene, that superstar scene, that celebrity scene, that fantasy is a fantasy. All of it's a fantasy. It's fake. It's a fantasy. And if you come here thinking that somebody's going to discover you and you're going to be famous, have a real talent, have a real skill, and you will go far on that alone. People will lie to you. People will suck you up. People will say they can do things and then they cannot, because they banking on your skill, your income, whatever they can get out of you. So be careful when you come to Atlanta, especially in that rap game, that nightlife scene, that you want to be famous, you want to be a celebrity, you want to be a model, whatever. Even as far as videographers and content creators, it's the system, and it's so inundated with so many people doing the same thing that you just get overwhelmed and looked over. And then people will tell you, oh, you could do this and you could do this, and what you'll end up doing is a whole bunch of stuff for free, and you're not even paid. But you're doing a whole bunch of stuff for free. You know, and I know you got to get your name out there and you have to do so much but you can get your name out there and still get paid. So I need to take a step back anyway to say, how can I get my name out there and at the same time make money? Because that's what it's all about, making money. And if you don't have a skill set or something to make some money, you will get sucked up and used out here. That's what people do. They will suck you up and use you out here. Sorry about that, y'all. I was checking my messages and my lights. My bad. So, watch it when you come to Atlanta. Watch it when you come to Atlanta, Georgia, honey. I am so regretful. I moved out here. I should have just stayed a guest, because I was having so much fun just as a guest. Living here is a whole horse of another color. You know, I haven't been caught up with no crime. Just one time I got scammed out of a couple dollars, you know, trying to make a purchase, you know, of street pharmaceutical, you know, plant that come from the earth. It's for me and you. But other than that, I haven't gotten into any, you know, big time scams, because I'm, you know, I know what to look out for. I know what to, you know, who to be bothered with, who not to be bothered with. So, once again, this is the Mama B experience. Just letting it out. I'm regretful of moving to Atlanta. Using this live as a way to stay accountable and get my YouTube page going and content create and do the things that I want to do and not what other folks want me to do, what I choose to do. I hope you look forward to and catch my poems, my life-changing poems for hard times that I'm dropping on Sunday. I was supposed to binge dropping them, but now, since this is my 3rd or 4th live video, I have been encouraged by my regret to moving to Atlanta to start back writing and start my spoken word poetry and my social commentaries about the things that I see and just don't like. I thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon. And peace, love, and hair grease. This is the Mama B Experience. Catch you next time.